Hi guys, welcome to episode 81 of Happy Healthy Meals. I am Risa Auger, your host, and also the curator of this here Facebook page, where I hope that you guys are getting lots of really great info that you're enjoying. I hope that you feel comfortable to post here, to post your questions, to post your meals. I really just want this group and this podcast to be a community of people who just want to eat better and feel a little better, and that is the whole goal. So if you are watching this, you will notice that I have a little bump on my forehead. It kind of hurts. Yesterday I was sweeping and I bent down to pick up a piece of fuzz. Apparently I was very, very close to the hutch, and it has very, very sharp corners. That fought back and I lost very badly. So I'm going to try to ignore it while I see myself as I'm recording this, but if I make weird faces, that is probably what it is. So that's it. Yeah. So hi friend, thanks for joining in. So today I want to talk about lunches, and I'm going to talk about how I'm using some leftovers in my dinners and my lunches this week, and then, you know, whatever happens happens. Sometimes my kid comes on, sometimes she doesn't. That's about it. I am very, very excited to be coming out of the stay in place, stay safe at home orders. I live in LA and we are slowly opening up, and it's pretty awesome. So we get to go out to dinner, which means other people cook my leftovers, which is kind of nice. But it also means that I don't have to cook as much, which is nice. And it means that sometimes my leftovers are not planned, and there's just things. And so I'm really excited to get out and be able to eat again. And I'm hoping that all of you are as well. So one of the things that I want to talk about is your meal timing. And I know that's kind of strange to talk about, but with lunch, we all eat lunch at weird times. We all sort of have different amounts of food that we eat at different meals, right? We tend to have our biggest meal as dinner. And that's kind of an American thing that has happened over time. It wasn't always that way. And traditionally, the biggest meal of the day was actually lunch. And it was after you'd gotten some stuff done in the field. You would come in for a quick break, have a breakfast, a hearty breakfast, and then come in after everything was done and put away, and you would have your lunch or your supper, right? And then you would go spend time with the family and do whatever you were gonna do, and then you'd have a small dinner, and then you wouldn't eat again until the next day of breakfast. So back when, people ate a lot less often. They ate a lot less processed items, obviously, and things were just a little bit better. As far as like health goes, because they were eating less processed, or no processed probably in a lot of them. So a lot of things, because they were making their own bread. They were growing their own fruits and vegetables. And while a lot of us are city dwellers, or even if we have enough space, we don't have enough space to make all of our own food. And in our busy lives, we don't have enough time to make all of our own food. And I'm not asking you guys to. Just pointing out the differences in how we used to live. So for me, buying things that are the least amount of processed and then providing them to my family is always my goal. And with lunches, that sometimes means leftovers because they've already been processed. I'm just gonna heat them up and do something else with them. And it sort of depends on the rhythm of your day as to when you eat your big meal, when you don't eat your big meal, and you want to sort of play with that. Hey friend, thanks for the love on the page, yay! It's nice to be able to change up your days. Make make small changes, because change is hard, right? No matter what, even if it's for good stuff, change is hard. I know, it stinks. This week I am working on changing up my morning routine. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's difficult, right? We get stuck in our ruts, we feel good in our comfy places, and we just don't like change as a human race. So I encourage you to make small changes in little increments and one thing at a time, and make it happen for you, right? So maybe you move your lunch earlier, maybe you move your lunch later, maybe you skip your snacks, maybe you eat your breakfast later and try intermittent fasting style. Maybe you just make lunch bigger so that you can make your dinner smaller, and that might actually help you sleep. I don't know. It depends on your body, depends on your schedule. It depends on how you're getting your food, whether you're going out, whether you're making a lot of it. Just, I want to encourage you guys to not be afraid of mixing it up and trying new things. So in the email, I'm going to link to a podcast episode that I was listening to that kind of inspired this whole episode, and sort of inspired me to try to do the same thing, where I am going to try to make my lunch bigger, maybe skip my snack, and then consider making my dinner smaller. I personally can't eat a ton at one time. It hurts my tummy to do that. So I have small meals through the day, so I just kind of need to group them closer together, and that might complicate things if that's your situation as well. But depends on how you are. If you have low sugar or whatever, like there's different things that you need to do through the day too. So I am always here to help. Post your questions below, DM me, text me, email me, however you want to get a hold of me. I would love to talk to you about your individual meal plan, and just be your sounding board so you can find the thing that you like. I also find that journaling, writing things down so you don't forget how you really felt, what foods worked, what time worked, all that kind of stuff. And remember that vacation doesn't count, because you're off totally. Like, you're on a different schedule, you have different things you need to do. Like, just go with the flow for vacations, right? So that said, I'm going to tell you about my lunches and my dinners this week, just because it's something that I feel goes with this topic a bit better. Today I had edamame and quinoa, which is just some frozen goodness from Trader Joe's, and I made a big salad out of it, and the salad was leftover lettuce that was not dressed from this weekend. And so that was nice to just reuse something that, without throwing it away, that normally would be thrown away. And I just sort of saved lettuce without dressing on purpose to do that, because I know if I eat too much at one time, I get really full and all that stuff. So that was my leftovers. And then today, also leftovers from the weekend, we are having a hash. I'm making a veggie hash with Brussels sprouts and broccoli, chopped broccoli. And then I'm going to fry some eggs, pastured eggs. Spend the extra money on your eggs. I promise you it's better. So pastured eggs, I'm gonna fry those, put them on top, and like let them drip down. It's gonna be part of the sauce, right? It's gonna feel like a sauce because all that egg goodness is gonna drop down. And then I'm gonna serve that with some sourdough toast that I just picked up, and then leftover bruschetta from the weekend, because oh my gosh, it is so good, and just cannot let that go to waste. So we're gonna have that. And on the Facebook group, I posted today how to make your own fresh bruschetta, and then you can make your own leftovers this week later. So tomorrow I'm having, I accidentally ate my lunch this weekend. That was supposed to be for tomorrow, so I don't know what I'm gonna have for tomorrow. We'll see. Probably leftover broccoli and Brussels sprouts as some sort of a wrap or something, with some turkey or other lunch meat. And then for dinner, we are having taco pizza, and I'm using the ground beef that I didn't use last week this week. So it's not exactly leftover, but I try to spread my meat out and use it because it's really high quality, and so I try to make the most of every single ounce of whatever I have on hand. And I buy my meat from Butcher Box for the most part. It's pretty awesome. And then I'm going to be doing a cucumber and avocado salad with that tomorrow, because taco pizza is amazing. And then we are going to be trying a new to me recipe, and I'm going to be doing lettuce wraps for lunch for me and the husband, with some goat cheese and some lunch meat in there, and it has bell peppers, and I was gonna throw in some sauerkraut for some crunch, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm excited to try something new. But for dinner we are having leftovers from the weekend. It's chicken marsala and some marinated veggies. So those were totally two separate dishes. And I'm going to put those together, and I'm going to serve them over some cauliflower gnocchi. And the cauliflower gnocchi is naked, like it doesn't come with anything in it in the frozen package. So the sauce from the marsala is going to be enough for the veggies, for the gnocchi, and then we may or may not have eaten a lot of the mushrooms from the marsala already. So I'm just gonna add some fresh mushrooms in there, and that'll bulk it up. And then I'm going to just make a really fresh salad to go with that. Probably using the last of that lettuce from the leftovers, because it's gonna be too limp if I don't use it super fast. And then the next day, I'm going to do some kale and veggies with some chicken sausage. It's gonna be yummy. And then the kale and the veggies are leftovers from previous meals this weekend. And then that night, I'm going to do all fresh baked potatoes. And I'm going to make a shrimp and avocado salad that day too, because I'm loving the avocado lately. And I'm posting the recipe for it too. You actually make your own Old Bay seasoning. So I'm super excited about that. I've never made that before. And then the next day, I'm going to just toss whatever leftovers we happen to have into a salad, and I'm going to serve that with some cauli tots. I'm like, what did I write down? Probably the last of the gnocchi. I'm gonna serve it to myself with that. And then for dinner, we are going to have a totally fresh dinner, and that one is polenta rounds. And the recipe that I posted, that I'm gonna post on Friday, is you like slice your polenta and then you fry it a little bit in the pan, and then you make your own blue cheese dressing. I'm not a fan of blue cheese, so my husband will have blue cheese. I will probably have ranch, and it'll be all good. And then I was gonna do a side of toasted broccoli in the air fryer, and some grilled butter chicken, which is literally just butter on chicken grilled with a little bit of salt and pepper, and that's it. And the reason I do it that way sometimes is because that's what my kid will eat. And my husband and I can always add hot sauce after, or paprika after, whatever. I'll pull her chicken off the pan, and I'll usually add a little bit more seasoning to ours, and I usually start ours later too, just so that I can do that. That way she doesn't accidentally get some red stuff on her chicken, because that's how picky she is, and it's super fun cooking for a picky child. I know you guys all feel my pain when I talk about that. Hi friend, thank you for joining in. If you guys are liking this, some happy faces would be great. I just want to see what you guys are liking. Post your questions here too. I am totally fine with answering questions during this. It doesn't have to just be me talking. I love it. So that is what we are doing this week for lunches and dinners. And yes, I do actually plan out lunches and dinners. You guys, I plan out breakfast, lunch, and dinner for my husband and my kid. And for me, breakfast is easy because I just have a smoothie bowl just about every day. And sometimes I make myself pancakes from my protein mix. And that is when I am feeling like I need to mix it up. And it's good stuff. So that said, make sure you're on my email list to get the cucumber avocado recipe. Make sure you're on the email list to get links to more info on how to use leftovers for other meals, and also to the podcast all about changing up your lunches based on the timing during your day. And it's a really, really good podcast episode. And I don't usually post other people's podcasts because, I want you to listen to this one. But know that I love them and they're amazing, and there are some really, really, really good ones out there. So I want to share whenever I find something that's amazing. I think that's it. I just want to encourage you guys to get creative with your leftovers, to try different timing on your meals, to not be afraid of change, but to embrace it and know that it's going to be hard. And I know that, but I am here to cheer you on. So message me with questions, message me for encouragement, message me to get ideas for whatever you're trying to put together. I am here for you. So with that, I do want to pray for your week, and I'm going to bow my head, and I hope that you bow your head with me, and then I hope to see you next week. So here we go. Dear Lord, thank you for these fine folks who have joined me here today. Thank you for providing their meals, for giving them inspiration to create healthy meals, and for putting it on their hearts to enjoy ingredients that are a little fresher and a little better for them, so that they have the energy to be the amazing people that they are. Lord, bless their weeks with deliciousness, with energy, and with clarity of mind. May they go forth and just be the crazy, amazing people that you have destined them to be. In your name I pray, amen. And that is it, folks. Have a great week. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you in the group. I hope that you subscribe to this so that you do not miss an episode, and go back and listen to the other episodes so that you get all the info that I've already been sharing. And just, it's fun, right? To just keep learning, just keep eating. That should be my new tagline. Just keep learning, just keep eating. Anyway, bye guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you next week. Thanks. Oops. Whoops. Oh my gosh. You guys, I never do that. I totally pushed the wrong button.